I have these jokes in my head 24/7, like, and it sounds amazing. It sounds like I'm Louis C.K. up in here, just like pacing, like just dropping joke bombs all over the place, but I'm not that guy. But I want to move towards like making people laugh more, because I think what the world needs more of is more reasons to smile and laugh. And there's all these things that just explode in my awareness constantly, and I always get brought back to like trying to go to my default setting, which is like that journal setting where I'm just expressing what I'm thinking and feeling in the present moment. But I want to bring a little bit more comedy to it. And I've been saying to heaps of my friends for ages and ages that I want to do an open mic night. So my open mic night right here by myself at my own place. And it's actually way harder because there's nobody here to engage with. There's no response, there's no feedback. But I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to give it a crack. So it's going to be half comedy and half like a journal, because I still don't know who I am as a funny person. But that's the beginning. That was my first joke. Like, you know, the teacher that just wants to bully kids. We all know that guy, and there's a little bit of a laugh in there, I'm sure. But I'm just not feeling like I'm really dropping the joke bomb. It doesn't matter though. I'm going to go through this and I'm going to post this. That's my commitment to myself in the present moment. So another moment where these it's like a joke tree. It starts off as a little seed, and I have this little giggle to myself, and I go, man, that's funny. And then I go away, and I'm going throughout the rest of the day, and like all the branches of the joke tree are just like going off in all different directions, and I'm just like laughing away, laughing at myself, thinking like this would be the best thing ever if I could get this out of my mouth and into the world. But like as soon as I try to, like if I try to do a video like this, it just doesn't flow. Like, I don't know, maybe it is flowing to a degree, but it's like I'm dropping in and out of like joke mode and back into like just talking shit so that I can fill the space and fill the time and not feel uncomfortable mode. But yeah, another one of those little seeds was like, I was seeing this girl. I just started seeing her. And the seed was like, I've been a serial monogamist for years. Like, I haven't not been in a relationship up until, you know, last year. I just haven't not been in a relationship. I'm always with somebody, and it's always long term, and it's always very involved, and there's a lot of commitment. And that's just how I've always been. Like since I was like 15 years old, my high school girlfriend dated her for like 4 years. So I didn't know what it was like to be single. And I was like 29 the first time that I experienced that. And the world has been changing so much. This is the funny part. So like I get out there and I start dating, and these women are empowered, like living in like a feminist era, and they're the ones that are calling the shots. They're the ones that are like, you know, like it's not funny, but it is funny. Like I'm not trying to shit on feminism or anything like that, don't get the wrong idea, but it was just wild for me to step out of like having these like long-term committed relationships where like that's all you know is that relationship, and you're not really looking at the rest of the world, like what all these other different variations of women are doing. And I pull the mic back, like I've actually got to use this remote control. Like if it's over here, it's not going to work. This is the mic. Oh, just having fun. Just trying to have fun, guys. Just trying to put a smile on your dial in any way that I can. So yeah, I started dating. Like I had a big break, the longest period of my life that I've ever just like not been around women. And yeah, when I came back to the scene and I started looking around at what's out there, I started meeting these women, and you know, far out, it was intense because the game has changed. And like it's like I've stepped out of a time machine into an alternate future where like, yeah, it's just a totally different thing to what I remember. And maybe it's always been that way, but I've just been like jumping from relationship to relationship, and I haven't noticed like what's available or like that there are different kinds of people. And now I've changed myself, so I'm attracting a different kind of person. I don't know if you're going to judge that person or not judge that person, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to flow. So yeah, you start dating these women, and I'm on this like thing, and I'm hanging out, and I'm just having a conversation, trying to connect emotionally. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to like see if we've got some compatibility there. And this chick's getting like frustrated with me. Like I could visibly see it. She's not verbalizing it. I can just visibly see that she's like, you know, she's agitated. And I'm going like, what's this? And so I'm just like, I'm sort of like withdrawing a little bit. Like, okay, there's something that's not vibing here. So it's not something that I'm going to pursue. I'm going to take a step back from it. So we're at this place. We actually went for a swim. And then we're like walking back to where my car is parked. Like I've pulled up at this place and we've gone for a walk along the beach and gone for a swim. That's like a date for me. I don't want to be out in a pub or a club drinking or like spending $1 million or anything. Like I think going out in nature is the best way to date. I don't know. Walking back to the ute, and she stops me and she's like, do you just want to chill for a minute? And I was like, okay, I'm getting really mixed signals now. Like I do not get this. Like it feels like you're agitated and frustrated, but I'm just like, none of that is verbalized. I'm just like, yeah, sure, let's chill for a minute. And we go like up under some trees and we're chilling. And then she just like lets it all out. She's like, are you into this or are you not into this? And I was like, phew, like I'm into this. Like I'm here. I think you're attractive. I'm keen. Like I've been trying to talk to you. But like she wanted to go straight to like the, okay, intimacy, like let's connect, let's hook up. And I wasn't putting off those signals because I was trying to be the gentleman. And I was like, far out. Anyway, next thing I know, she's like, and I'm going to do a voice here. And it's not the voice that she did. She actually had a really hot voice, but this is how it felt. I'm going to do the voice of her that it felt like. So she's like, want to come back to my place? Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. And I was like, whoa, like taken aback. I was like, is this how women feel all the time? Like there's just men out there that are just like wanting to get laid and they're just like approaching everybody and just like, they're already half hard and they're just like, look, it's time for us to hook up now. Are you into it or you're not into it? Like, give me an answer. You got 50 seconds. Like, that's what it was like. And I was like, I've never been like picked up like that before. Like this girl is like, I was on Tinder at the time. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. And I've learned all the lessons, and I did a video recently about like getting off Tinder and how that's changed my whole life and everything. But yeah. So the intent was there, like this was to hook up, but like I was trying to meet somebody on a much deeper level on Tinder than I should have been. That's my side of the thing. But yeah, it was funny. So she's like invited me back to her place, and I'm like, I don't know this person. Like I don't know anything about this, and I'm just gonna like go back to her place. And I was just like having all these insights about like how women in society have felt forever, like dealing with men and everything. And it was like the shoe was on the other foot, like 100%. It was so wild. And so it gets wilder, and I'm going to share it all. And I told her that I'm going to do this. She knows who she is. So we go back to her place. Like, of course, like I'm not going to not see where this adventure leads me, am I? And we hook up. We have sex, of course, like 2021, or it was 2020 actually. And, oh no, it was 2021, early 2021. And yeah, of course, like that's like the dating culture, and I was on Tinder, so it doesn't surprise me that that's how it unfolded. But we get in the shower after, and I drop the soap, and I'm going to do the voice again. She's like, prison rules. And I was like, oh my goodness, like this is like like, you know what I mean? Like the shoe was 100% on the other foot. And this whole time, that little joke seed that started off with like, when I was thinking about like, she's picking me up, the shoe's on the other foot. That's how it all started in my awareness. And then by the time she said that in the shower, and I've dropped the soap and she's gone, prison rules. Like, I remember she actually had a hot voice. She didn't sound like a scary man, but like in my head, it was like scary. You know what I mean? Yeah, by the time that happened, I was just like cracking myself up. And I started actually telling her, I'm like, I'm going to do a stand-up special in front of 10,000 people, and I'm going to tell this joke. And that's like, that fed that joke tree even further. And I guess like the joke tree that's inside of me, it's not just like one joke seed anymore. It's like a forest of trees that are all growing, and I'm like keeping it all inside. So I really wanted to start trying to like express this stuff. So hopefully that, like, I know I'm just like, there's so much filler here and I'm just talking about jokes, but yeah, I'm also trying to sprinkle a little bit of funny in here and see how it feels. And like, I'd love your feedback. I'd love like people to tell me. And the last thing that I was going to try to deliver with some kind of comedic way is like the way that I want to tell jokes, and Roscoe's come to be a part of this, the little puppy that you can't see. The way that I set up my jokes is like this. It's just like it's like a shopping list. That's why it says shopping list on there. So it's like a bunch of things that I found funny, and it's exactly like when you're in the store and you're shopping for things, and you got to get bananas, apples, and oranges, and you're like, what else was it that I needed? Oh, bananas. And you don't need to think about how to get bananas. You just like kind of go there like automatically. That's how I feel about delivering content. Like whether it's comedy or it's just normal content, that's exactly how I would do it. Like I would just have like a list of keywords. Sometimes I don't even have anything. Like most of the time I don't even have anything. I just remember like 3 things that were interesting to me that day, and then I start talking about it. So I just don't even know how you could do life any other way. Like if you needed to like write all this out, all of this material, and memorize it and then deliver it and pretend that it's all flowing naturally, that's so much more effort to me than just like having a list of things that you find funny and then laughing at them yourself and hoping that other people laugh along with you. So that's the best that I can really do in the present moment. Like this is my first attempt at like doing a little open mic night with myself. So if you enjoyed it at all, if any of that was mildly funny, please like tell me what it was, like what landed, because this is like a way for me to research like as well, like what's actually going to work if I pursue this path. What if I start like booking stuff? Because I'm one way or another I'm going to put comedy in my shit. Like I'm not gonna like even if I continue down the personal development and like mental health and helping people heal themselves, I still want to bring a little bit of comedy to it. So I'm learning like how I'm funny, like my personal style, my personal way of delivering like comedic content. So yeah, click the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description below. Always going to be updating that with all of the coolest stuff that is happening. KaiLives.com is the key place. That's where you can see the bigger picture. And yeah, I think this went well, and I'll see you again shortly. Let us know if you want more like this, because this was kind of fun once I got through all the blocks and scariness and everything. It's like half journal, half comedy. I don't know.